What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome and welcome back. Entitled Your Mind is Your Crown, where we think profitable, productive, faith-filled thoughts get you to your goals and your destiny in God. I got my little homie right here. Trying to give him some game, see where his head at, and I think it'll be instrumental. I think it'll be profitable to get this on video to show you where the young people heads at, to see if we can get them on the right track, get them making good decisions that won't get them caught up in prison and in situations that they're gonna regret their whole life. State your name, gangster. You don't gotta tell your whole name.
My name Elijah. 24 years old.
All right. You got anything else you want to say to the people? What's your goals in life? If you don't got nothing, just be real. If you
take care of my family, take care of my mama.
Okay, take care of his family, take care of his mama.
And have my own family of mine.
Okay.
I just go to work towards that every day.
Okay. So what I asked you in the car before, right? I say people want you to break bread, specifically me and other individuals to break bread by getting them something, right? But most people don't want to break bread. So I gave you a ride, gave you a couple dollars, you called me on the phone, right? So I asked you in the car, would you break bread the same way somebody broke bread with you? Because most people will not. They only got their hand out looking for a handout. You will break bread though. You say you will break bread.
Yeah, I break bread. Like I don't expect nobody to give me nothing. Cause ain't nothing anywhere free. Nobody owe you nothing.
Right.
But I break bread with my family. You feel me? So like I feel like people should break bread with their family. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Right.
Like guaranteed. You feel me? But like I feel like it just came back towards me. You feel me? That I be doing for my family and stuff. So.
Right. So what about people outside of your family like me who broke bread with you?
Make sure you keep a good relationship with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You look out for them, and you know what I'm saying. Make sure make them feel like they want to give you some more.
What do you think good advice is or wisdom is? What's your take on good advice and wisdom?
Listen, respect your elders and listen to them because they know more than you. They've been in the world longer than you, and just sometimes just be quiet and listen. You know what I'm saying? Don't think you know everything because there's always something to be learned.
Oh, we got the right one today. He said all the right thing. He said all the right. We got the right one today. All right. So the game I want to give you today is God. The game I want to give you today is God. What?
I love God, man. You see I got my God.
All right, God rich since birth. All right. So tell the people your concept of God. And by concept, I mean, who do you think he is? What type do you think he exists? Do you think
he's very much alive?
Right. Do you think he's good? Do you think, just give your take on God. It ain't no right or wrong answer.
He's very much alive. I mean, everybody said they know God, but do you really know him? Like, you can't really just say you know God. You got to build a relationship with him.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
You got to talk to him. And, you know what I'm saying? People just be praying and stuff like that, but it's cool to pray and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, for you to be heard, but you got to actually sit there and talk to him, like, you know what I'm saying, meditate and sit by yourself, you know what I'm saying, and really talk to him.
Okay, so you say that, but when you say talk to him, are you listening to what he say? Because everybody on the planet got what's called a conscience, right? The illustration that I always love to use is the one about Spider-Man, right? I know you know who Spider-Man is, right? He got what's called what? A spider sense, right? So when danger is approaching, when shit about to go left, right? He gives you a warning. He's a counselor in your head. You know what a counselor is? What's a counselor?
Somebody who talks to you and help you go through your problem.
There you go. So that's what the Spirit of God does inside your mind all day long. But do you listen to him? Are you listening to him? A sign that if you are in a position like me, I'll be honest with you and open, and a sign when you don't have enough money, when you're always ripping and running, a sign that when you are uncomfortable and you don't have no peace, a sign that you're kind of out of order with God is that right there. You don't have no peace, you're out of order, you are always ripping and running, trying to get money, trying to do this, trying to do that, right? And nothing don't seem to be working for you to some degree. It's a sign in your conscience that you're a little out of order with God, because if you get right with him, he ain't gonna have you out like that. He gonna have you out there like that.
Exactly.
Right. So, let me give you some more guys. When you worship God, you got to give him your heart. What does that mean to you? Got a heart on your neck? Got a heart tattoo on your neck?
I
What do you
don't
mean?
know what that means.
You don't know what to give him your heart? Let me tell you what it means. There's two realms of your heart, right? A realm is just like two things your heart do, or what your heart is purpose for. What you say come from your heart, and what you do come from your heart, right? But it can, okay, so what you say and do come from your heart, but your heart can be kind of manipulated if somebody is forcing you to do something. If you're doing something you don't want to do and your heart ain't in it, you're doing it, I need that money, so I got to go to work. Your heart ain't really in work, your heart in the money that you need from work. You get what I'm saying? So what you say and what you do come from your heart. And that is a representation of who you are. God wants your heart. He wants the things that you say and the things that you do to come from him. But it ain't all just speaking God, talking about God. You can represent that in your life with your son, your brothers, by walking in love, by giving. That's God right there, by love. God, we all know is what? There you go. So if God is love, you embody him when you love. What am I doing here with you? Breaking bread and showing love. I ain't had to do this, you called me. You asked me to come do this, that, and the third. That's love. Most people would have hung up the phone, and how many people that you know break bread like that?
5.
Out of how many people that you know?
Hundreds.
Right. So that's a small percentage. So you are what they call the minority. You the small amount that break bread, because you're gonna start breaking bread now, right? With people that you know, and not only people that you love, because you don't really know me. You don't really love me for the most part, because you don't know me. But to break bread, most people got their hand out, but they don't want to give nothing. The video ain't gonna be that long. But people got their hand out, but they don't want to do nothing. You know what I think would be good for a person like you? That'll set you all right, and you might not want to do it? Go in the military for 2 years. What you think of that?
No.
Yeah, most people, but let me tell you how that'll benefit you. They give you discipline. There's really no expenses for the most part when you go in there. They pay for your housing. The only thing, they pay for your food. They'll pay for your schooling, and it's only 2 years, and that shit will set you off right. There's more opportunities when you get out, but most people got a hard heart toward that because they think war, all that. Bro, you could die out here.
I just don't want to get maced. I don't want to go through the mace challenges and all that.
Bro, that's such a weak excuse on some real shit.
And the pepper spray.
But that's some weak shit. Man, you might get
I don't want to go through all that.
You can get pepper sprayed out here.
And cut my dreads. I don't want to lose none of that.
Bro, you growing back after 2 years.
Yeah, my hair might not grow after 2 years. I'm finna be 26. I'm getting old. My hair gonna grow.
Wig, bro. You got to look at the long-term benefits. What you got going on now? What did you got something? I'm just telling you, bro. Now, I ain't telling you to do that, and you don't got to do that. I'm just telling you on some real shit that will set you all right. Bro, this life is filled with very harsh and dramatic and drastic and bad consequences for people that don't know how to navigate. If you don't know how to navigate life, you're going to end up in some fucked up positions that you can't get out of. People switch sides on you. Your own brother switch sides on you sometimes. Your own friend, the people that you've been breaking bread with, a turn on you. And you got to be solid and have a foundation in who? God. You got any more things that you believe about God? You believe He good? You believe He love you?
He love everybody.
What's your concept of Him loving you like? But like, if I sat God down, right? If He was sitting right here and He said, I love Elijah, right? What will He do to show you that He loves you?
Put breath in my lungs every morning, wake me up.
What else would He do when it comes to like your life and how it's divided? Like when it comes to like a mate, when it comes to like a job, or getting in positions where you don't have to really ask people for something. Just give me. That's all you got in there when it comes to His goodness and Him loving you.
And he there.
I think you're a little off with that. I think you're a little off with that. Honestly, do you think that you've given God your heart? Honestly, with all your heart. And ain't nothing going on in your head to tell you that you ain't gave him your heart in some place. Honestly, genuinely, all right. So, we got about 10 more minutes. Let me see what else I ask you. You need discipline. You know how I know? Because when I told you to clean up the part of the seat and throw it in the back seat, you left a whole bunch of stuff back there. That was like something simple I asked you to do for what I did for you. That's attention to detail and discipline, and you left a bunch on the seat. That matter in the realm of life. And if that translated to that situation, guess what? You're going to do it that way at another place, at work, at home, and all of that. You think that's true? You know that's true, don't you?
Yeah.
It's true. It's going to translate in the way you drive. You're going to be, get out my way. Road rage, all type of shit like that. Bro, I just wanted to give you some game and break bread with you and tell you some real shit that most people ain't going to tell you because they on some bullshit to get them locked up doing fuck shit. They're going to get them dead or in jail for the rest of their motherfucking life. Real shit? I know it is. I done been through the game. If you break bread with God, if he told you to stop smoking weed, you'll do it. If he told you to stop smoking blacks, you'll do it. Taking a long time. You sure? If he told you to stop having sex for 2 years, would you do it?
Well, I have to. Then I go to jail.
You go to jail.
I go to hell.
No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. You ain't going no hell.
Unless you repent for your sins.
Yeah, it will. But get what? God's so loving that he reached down through all of that. And if he tell you, he might have already told you that for all you know. You don't think he told you that, huh? If he tell you to move out and go to this such and such location or go in the military, would you do it? If he say, Elijah, I want you to go in the military, you hate that shit, it seems bad, but it's gonna set you all right and you're gonna be a beast when you get out. 2 years, that's all you gotta do. Cut your dreads and you're gonna be a beast when you get out. Would you do it?
No, because God tell us to do a whole bunch of stuff and we don't always listen to him.
Right, real shit. There you go. Be real with it. Now, let me tell you something else about God that'll light you up and it'll give you sight to see. Honesty. Honesty. You seem like for the most part you're being real honest with me. Be honest with God. If you want to do it, if you don't want to go in the military, I'm not telling you have to. I'm not saying that's his will. I just personally think that'll set you all right. It'll give you structure, discipline. It'll teach you a whole lot of stuff. The camaraderie of being with your brothers out there. It teach you all kind of, I'm a military brat. My daddy was in the military. He taught me all kind of stuff about discipline, honor, how to take initiative, all kind of shit like that, which you didn't do right there. And I know that somehow translates somehow into the other parts of your life. I'm not saying you're a bad person, but as a young person, you got 7 minutes left.
Man, we cool.
But as a young person, you don't know how to do nothing but wrong. It's binded up in you. You don't know how to structure your life, how to order your life for the most part. Because don't nobody know it because it's a system that has to be taught to you. From a youth, they don't teach you when you're a baby, when you 4, 5 years old. You don't gotta be taught how to cry, how to steal, how to throw a fit, how to punch your little brother. You already know how to do bad shit. And you already know how to be selfish, right? So that's still in you once you grow and be 22, unless somebody teach you the game and they show you things that are contrary to those things that are profitable, productive, and that's gonna help you with your life. Bruh, there are such harsh consequences, and if you don't have God and his will in your heart, bruh, there's all kind of things that can happen to you in this life and in this world. But you could be with the wrong place at the wrong time. And if you're not listening to your spider sense, your conscience, the counselor in your head, you might end up dead in hell because you don't know God, because he talked to you all day through your spirit and your consciousness, which is in your mind. That's why your heart is so important. Your heart is so important. Your mind is not your heart. Hear me on that. Your mind is not your heart. Your heart is in play when you decide from what your mind says. So if you got a bunch of thoughts that say kill people, do this, do that, It ain't your heart until you decide which thought to take. That makes sense? So if you want to go to the store, and God tell you not to go to the store, or you say it might not be a good time to go to the store, it might be some crazy shit going on over there. Or it just might not be, I don't know, you might just not need to be in that location for whatever reason. Maybe that's a bad example. But if he tell you not to do it, and you do it anyway, you didn't listen to God. He tell you like that in your heart. Or in your mind, you got to listen to him. You don't got to listen. Life is filled with choices. They're hard. Now, with the military, get what? That shit gonna suck. Probably to you, or you might like it. But in life, everything ain't gonna always be fun, little bro. Sometimes you got to take the bad with the good. You got to roll with the punches. That's what life is about. But everything ain't gonna be fun. An OG told me that. Everything, and sometimes you got to do the hard shit to get to the fun, to get to the heaven on earth, to get to the good life with the wife or the girlfriend, with the family. Well, you gotta roll, you gotta take the hard to get to the good, bro. Real shit. 4 minutes. Now, let me see how I can end the video. You still think you gave your heart to God?
I'm definitely.
Tell him something right now, then. Tell him something about your life that you'll do and you'll say in his name, or how you love him. Tell him that on some real shit. You love bread, you love God, you break bread with God, you wouldn't be scared to say something about him or to him, right? Tell him something right now.
I love you. Thank you for waking me up, putting breath in my lungs every day, going to work, there to take care of myself and my family.
Real shit. You do. Your name Elijah. You know you're a prophet, right?
Exactly.
You're a prophet. He wants you to help people that's like you, young black men. It's fucked up out here right now. It may not seem like it. He'll teach you stuff about your posture, the way you're standing. You can be cool, but you want to be attentive. You want to be faithful to God. And for the most part, let me tell you this. When it comes to what do you consider sin and what wrongdoing is? What do you consider that?
Stealing, lying, cheating.
Okay. Do you do any of those things? You don't do no sin. So you sinless.
I mean, I have.
But you don't do none of that now.
I've been on the hot streak for a minute. I just been shedding.
So you don't do no sin. That's not. I don't know if that's accurate. Everybody's sin, but everybody do wrong things. You have sex out of marriage?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I
sin.
had sex last week.
That's sin. Now,
Like 3 days ago.
Get what? I do too. But that don't stop your relationship with God. And that don't mean that you totally cut off. Look, you can honor it. Why you do this?
What?
Why you have sex out of marriage? You be horny as fuck and you want to fuck.
Made me feel good.
Right. There you go. So get what? I do too. But the thing is, that don't totally cut you off from God, because get what? We all sin, we all mess up, we done all fucked up. And get what? Even if you keep doing it and knowing it, you can still honor God in other areas. Bruh, let me tell them real quick. That shit is hard. That shit, when it comes to sex out of marriage, I know a lot about that. But that shit is so hard, and you got so much built up into you when it comes to your sexual energy and all of that. It's real hard. So I don't honor God in that area. I'm gonna just tell you on some real shit. But that don't mean I don't honor him in them other 9, 10, 15 or other areas. And just because, but guess what also? I also give my heart to God in the midst of that. So people might wonder and say and be trying to understand, how can you give your heart to God when you do that? That sex shit is a beast, and you be horny and all of that shit, and that's what you want to do. I can't do it. It's hard as fuck. So you can still give your heart to God in the midst of it, and this is how you do it. You say, Father God, it might be wrong to do that. I believe it is. But in the midst of it, I give you my heart. Help me with it if that's your will. If that's what your will is for my life, I don't understand it. It's too hard. I still give you my heart, and I want your will for my life. Forgive me for all my wrongdoing, for all my sin. Bruh, we all are at different levels. We all are at different places. Don't let what you perceive as sin cut you off from the realm of God. He's all encompassing. He's greater than your sin, and in fact, he forgave you for all of it already. And then come to him regardless of what you did. That's why I like rappers like Tupac and DMX. DMX said a lot of crazy, whatever, perceived to be saying crazy shit in his music, right? You familiar with him, right? Guess what he had on every album? He had a prayer, and then at all his concerts, he used to pray to God. He didn't let that cut. I believe he in heaven. He ain't let that cut him off. I believe Tupac in heaven. Tupac knew God like a mother, in my opinion. Don't let it cut you off from the realm of God because you are doing wrongdoing. The people in the church, bro, just because you might be doing it, there's other people doing other stuff, but they just minimize it and justify it. If you dress a certain way, according to that book, if you do certain things as a woman, you in the wrong too. And you did it on purpose, just like when you have sex out of marriage. Who to say that God don't look at both of those the same way on some real shit? Bro, don't let it cut you off. I'm gonna let you go in 1 second. Don't let it cut you off. This has been Elijah, the prophet. He break bread with God. He break bread with others. Show love to others. I show love to you, show love to other people. Just like I showed you. Break bread with other people, even those that don't love you. Pray for people that hate you. Bruh, the real shit ain't happened yet. We gotta get through the little bitty stuff, bro. That should be small. That should be small. To break bread with you and break bread, especially when you somebody that wants somebody to break bread with you, that's the seed. That's the seed. They open their heart. But anyway, this has been Elijah, and I'm trying to give him some game. And God bless you. Your mind is your crown. Jesus. It's Elijah. He want to make his confession toward God. He break bread with God. He say he been breaking bread with God. No force. If you don't want to do that, if you don't want to say that, you ain't got to say it. But I believe that if you say that, God going to set you off right, and he going to make your life glorious, fun, but he going to discipline you. You know what discipline is?
Instruction.
Right? And it's like, if he don't discipline you, that means he ain't yours. I mean, that means you ain't his. He chastens and disciplines everybody that he loves. If you lack discipline, you know what you are? You're fatherless. That means you're a bastard, that you ain't got no daddy. So, if you don't want to say that on some real shit, you ain't got to say it. But I want you to do that so you remember this, and you're going to remember this moment, and you're going to remember me. I'm going to be famous. You're going to remember me. When you see me out in the world, rapping or whatever I be doing, or talking to people, or in college, or famous, or I got some internet fame or something like that, you're going to remember this in this moment because they're going to go on YouTube. Now, if you don't want to say it, I'll start the video, and we won't have to put the one.
I'll stop you and say it.
Go ahead.
First off, I love you, God. Am I talking to God in third person or?
No, you talking to God.
Okay. I love you, God, and I love everything that you do for me. How you wake me up in the morning, put breath in my lungs, to be able to provide for my family. And I'm still on the right track and keep doing the right thing, doing everything that's righteous, so I can honor my parents, so I can live a long life.
You know the word. My nigga. My nigga. My nigga. My nigga. That's what I want to hear. Now let me tell you one more thing. It's gonna take about 30 seconds. Now, since you made that decision, you know who don't like you now?
The devil.
Yeah. So he gonna come towards you, but you got God in your heart now. Keep his will in your heart. Say, you ain't gotta pray, right? Like traditionally. You can get up every morning and say, thank you, God, bless my day, and have mercy on me.
And you can rebuke Satan too.
Yeah, you can. You got power over him. But what he do for the most part, he can't demon possess you. He can't control you. He can't do nothing. He can try to use people to manipulate you, and guess what else he can do? All he do is present an offer for you. For the most part, what he do is he come to you and present an offer to you. So since you gave your heart to God even more today, what you say you had already did, which I believe, because of what you've been saying. Since you did that, Satan don't like that, right? So what he gonna do is he gonna present an offer to you. He might open up a door for you to get somewhere fast, or to do something crazy, or to do something that just with him, and you gonna know it's Satan, and he gonna tell you, and he gonna try to whisper in your ear to take you away from God. But it's your choice. Life is all about choices, and you got to make hard choices sometimes. And sometimes that's why he called a tempter, and to deceive you. He wanted to deceive you and tempt you. But anyway, God bless you. This has been Elijah. Your mind is your crime. Elijah and the mighty one, J. Roby. God bless you.